welcome back to Vol News. There are some lowlights in the world of sports today, but there are definitely still some highlights.
Riley joins us to break down everything in between. Riley.
Thanks, guys. Welcome to the Rocky Top Sports Report. I'm Riley Haltom, bringing you up to date on all things sports here on Rocky Top. Let's start with the surging Vol tennis squads. 4 Tennessee men's tennis representatives will be in action throughout the weekend at the ITA Ohio Valley Regional Championships. The competition started yesterday and will end on Monday the 14th. The Vols will be represented by Alan Jesudison, Alex Kotzen, Shinsuke Mitsui, and Alejandro Moreno. Jesudison and Moreno both into this competition undefeated. On Thursday morning, Shun Mitsui and Alan Jesudison secured their first victory over Butler in doubles 8-2. The Lady Vols tennis team is also on the road for the ITA Ohio Valley Regional Championships. Representing the Vols in this main draw is Catherine Alia, Layla Rizzo, and Vanessa Suarez and Elza Tomase. The Lady Vols season is right around the corner, and this is a new look for the historic program. New head coach Kim Caldwell is just the 4th head coach in program history and the first head coach that has not played for Pat Summitt since Summitt herself was the coach. This new look goes beyond the coaching staff, though, as the projected starting lineup looks to be very different. A few of the staples of the Lady Vols lineup are in new places, as Tamari Key graduated and is now playing overseas. Rakia Jackson is a WNBA All-Rookie Team selection, and Caroline Striplin transferred to Indiana. The duo of returning veterans, Jewel Spear and Sarah Puckett, are set to headline the Lady Vols lineup this year. Also returning are the Darby sisters, Tess and Edie. Our Alexi Cowan spoke with the sisters about their experience here on Rocky Top.
I'm getting teary-eyed just even thinking that this is my last season.
You might have heard the phrase, fight like sisters.
I've always been the book smart one. I think Tess can vouch for that one. She's always been the outgoing. She can talk to a brick wall.
But these two are sisters, fighting like sisters towards one goal, a national title.
The sky's the limit for us. We want to go all the way.
Tess and Edie Darby are the first set of sisters on the Lady Vol basketball team. Tess is a grad student entering her last year of eligibility, and Edie is a junior. Born in West Tennessee, about 6 hours from Knoxville, Lady Vol basketball has been a tradition from the start.
Coming home from church on a Sunday afternoon, it was like, who can get to the TV fast enough to turn on a Lady Vols basketball game?
This is a championship set of sisters. They know what it's like to win it all because they won their state championship in high school, but they're ready to do it again.
And I feel like we have worked our butts off this summer trying to prove that. We want to be the hardest working team on the country and the hardest playing team on the country.
But this is their last chance to do it together, as this will be Tess's last year in a Lady Vol jersey.
I'm getting teary-eyed just even thinking that this is my last season. But just trying to enjoy, who thought I'd be in tears right here at 8 a.m. on a Tuesday morning. Start official practice today.
A special season, no matter the outcome, because they will be together, side by side.
Our favorite saying is iron sharpens iron, and I think that speaks volumes just for the both of us and just seeing where we are now.
In Knoxville, Alexi Cowan, Vol News.
While it's not quite college basketball season yet, there is still lots of basketball going on. VFL Dalton Knecht is finally making his professional debut with the Los Angeles Lakers in the NBA Summer League. Knecht produced the 5th best scoring average amongst all players at the Summer League. Knecht led the Lakers with 20 points against the Cavaliers, while no other Lakers scored even 14 that night. Turning it over to the current Tennessee roster, the Vols have landed a total of 4 four-star transfers for this upcoming season, including Chaz Lanier. Lanier averaged 19.7 points per game. Felix Okpara, transferred from Ohio State, averages 5.3 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 1.8 blocks. Yesterday, head coach Rick Barnes gave us some insight on what the offseason looked like and gives us a preview on what to expect this season. With the Vols losing key players after last season, Barnes has brought in some new recruits. With transfers like Chaz Lanier and Felix Okpara, he looks to fit them into our offensive scheme.
You know, we got different ways we can play with different lineups, big, small, somewhere in between too, but still trying to figure out what is the best way to go for the most part, but just really waiting to get everybody on the court together at the same time.
Basketball season is just around the corner, with the Market Square Madness happening next Friday, with the first game happening on October 27th against Indiana in Food City Center. Tennessee football is coming off a loss to the Arkansas Razorbacks in Fayetteville, 19-14. The loss takes the Vols to 4-1 on the season and 1-1 in SEC play. The Vols struggled to get anything going through the air, with Nico Iamaleava going 17 of 29 for 158 yards and no touchdowns. Tennessee's 2 touchdowns came with the best performer of the offense, running back Dylan Sampson. Sampson had 22 carries for 138 yards and the aforementioned 2 scores. The Vols are looking to bounce back as they start a 4-game home stretch, starting with a night game right here in Neyland against the Florida Gators. It'll be Checker Neyland, so make sure you check your section and wear the right color. For the 4th time this season alone, the Tennessee Lady Vols volleyball team earned a sweep on the road against an SEC opponent in Mississippi State. The Lady Vols came on top offensively, finishing 43 kills, 41 assists, and 8 aces, averaging 14.3 kills per set. 5 different Lady Vols posted at least 5 digs. Recently, the volleyball team broke a record you might not think about, an attendance record. With a new point system to get a ticket to big football games, our Karsten Hoagland spoke to head coach Eve Rackham-Watt about what the new eyes mean for your Lady Vols.
Lady Vol volleyball games are seeing a spike in fan attendance, most of them students.
We also just really enjoy supporting our Lady Vols.
Freshmen Elena Trokin and Allie Smith say they are coming to volleyball games to increase their chances of getting football tickets. It's part of UT's new student ticket system.
We really want to get into the Bama game. That's like top priority for us.
This year, volleyball achieved a record number of attendance from students and fans, hitting 6,193, the most fan attendance ever seen in program history.
Our bigger crowds keep getting bigger, and breaking the record this year for the first match of the year. It's just, again, it's the students, but it's also the community that's coming out.
Head volleyball coach Eve Rackham-Watt said not only are there more fans this season, but the atmosphere has changed.
What it does for our team, the momentum, the confidence, the excitement, the atmosphere that we get to have, and we continue to want this to be one of the hardest places to play for our opponent.
The student section at UT volleyball games is a lively group that brings a cheerful atmosphere to the game.
I still like the student section. I think everyone has good energy still.
Join in on the volleyball excitement at their next home match, and you might find yourself becoming a regular. At Food City Center for Vol News, I'm Karsten Hoagland.
The next home match for volleyball is on October 16th at Food City Center. Tip-off at 6:30 p.m. Fall ball is well underway for the Lady Vols softball team, and they are currently sitting at a record of 4-0. The 2-time defending SEC champions have already faced Georgia Tech, Lipscomb, Walter State, and Kentucky. The Lady Vols are stacked with returning players like SEC Pitcher of the Year Carlin Pickens. Not only are the returning players for Tennessee promising, but this year they landed 4 transfers. Tennessee defeated Kentucky this past Saturday 6-4 with a walk-off bomb by none other than McKenna Gibson. With the Lady Vols on a roll, they will next host Carson Newman this Friday with hopes to keep their undefeated record up. Let's see if the Vols can bounce back against Florida tomorrow. That's all I have for this edition of the Rocky Top Sports Report. Now, back to the desk for more news and events here in Knoxville.
Thanks, Riley.